I'm speaking with Sheri Drobnick, who is the designer of Credibility. And I want to know, how did you begin your career in fashion, and is this something that you've always wanted to do?
Not really. It's something that I just evolved into and always had, I think, a pretty good eye. And I was doing trend forecasting for 15 years at a buying office, and I thought, there's no way that I can not do this myself and succeed. So here I am.
Did you, is designing your favorite role that you played in the fashion industry, or do you have another one that you like just as much?
I would have to say that this is the best time for me because when I opened up my company, on day one, we were global, which is pretty unusual.
Oh, wow.
And at that point, I had only one full-time employee and one part-time employee. And I design in LA. I buy all my fabric from Europe at Premier Vision, and I produce in Thailand. And so we were international from day one. And then I slowly, first I had a line in LA and New York, and then I added one for Atlanta, then I added one for, Dallas, and then I added one for Atlanta, and then I added Roadmen for the Mid-Atlantic states and Chicago, and now we're really rolling.
Yeah, and I know you started your line a little bit later than, most other people generally do. Do you think that this helped you or hurt you, or both?
Well, I have always been a youthful for my age, and I have a young spirit in a way, and I started this. It's true. I started this when most of my friends are thinking of retirement or have retired already. But for me, I still have a passion for the industry, and I'm not ready to just kind of call it quits.
And where do you find your inspiration for your designs?
I pay a great deal of attention to what's happening on the couture level, just for certain inspiration and to see where things are going. And then I kind of take it all in and come up with what I think the woman wants.
You have beautiful, beautiful jackets. Why did you decide to specialize in that particularly?
Well, to be honest, I started as a suit line. I really felt that there was a void in the market for like killer suitings for women that get dressed, have to go to work. They don't want to wear dum-dum bridge. The theory is just too simple and clean, and something for sophisticated women. And what I learned from the market is that they really didn't want to wear suits in the spring. And so what I started to do were separates. And that did really well. And we did some beautiful, beautiful things. But in the end, even though they did book and we sold them, the jackets was still the strength of the line. So slowly, we started to edit it down, and then we offered a basic pant and a basic skirt as an accommodation in a lot of different colors. And what happened again is that because our jackets were so strong, a lot of people were giving us all of their jacket money, saying that they've seen nothing like it in the market, and they were really, I was getting a lot of support from the industry. And so we ended up focusing and just doing jackets and trenches and coats in season, depending upon the season.
Oh, and I know you've been featured in a lot of high fashion magazines. How did it feel the first time you saw your pieces in print?
It was really very wonderful, very exciting. You know, it's fun to see something from the point of the fabric to the point of the first sample to the point of um, selling it and wearing it in my showrooms around the country, and then to see it in print is really it's really the best. But it's also wonderful when women, like just last night, I had this couple over for dinner, and this woman buys Escada, and she buys Gucci, and she buys Armani, and she buys all of these people. Well, she probably buys about 12 or 14 jackets of mine a season. And that's wonderful, too,
Wow.
when people like that who spend a lot more can look at my things and say, God, Sheri, these are just so fabulous. And these are people that are wearing European designers. I mean, that's really a nice compliment.
And who are some of your favorite designers that inspire you?
Oh boy. Well,
That's probably
I
tough.
yeah, I love Rick Owens, and I love Dries Van Noten, and um oh, I love I love Lanvin, and I love YSL. I mean, I have expensive taste. What can I say? Um, um, I think those are my favorites.
And my next question is, I guess, have you ever dressed any celebrities, and who would be your ultimate celebrity to work with and to have wear your jackets?
Um, well, I know that Catherine McPhee, who was the runner-up for American Idol, I
Hmm.
know she took one of my jackets. But I think I would really like to see somebody like Julianne Moore or even Susan Sarandon um, wear my clothes.
No, that's what I loved about your line. I mean, I went on the site and I immediately looked up where I could get the jacket so I could start looking for my fall jacket or have
Sure.
an excuse to. But
My son's girlfriend is 26 years old, and she wears a lot of my things. And yet, as I said, um, I sell very well to women who are much older.
do you ultimately want to sell in bigger department stores, or is
Well,
that not something you're looking
right now I'm selling over 400 specialty stores around the country, and it's a really nice business. I'm not selling any majors, although I have had interest in the line. But I do feel that my clothes belong. I mean, I know New York really well, and I spend a lot of time there in the stores. You know, and I really feel that the look of my clothes belong in a Bergdorf or belong
hmm
in a Bendel's.
Wow, and I guess my last question would be, what are your ultimate career goals?
Well, it's funny. I was asked to lecture at a USC program for entrepreneurs, um, and I did. And someone said to me, it was probably when I was only 3 or 2 years into my business, and he said to me, Sheri, what's your exit strategy? And it struck me so funny because, I mean, I hadn't even got to where I wanted to be. And so I said, quite honestly, I don't have an exit strategy. And with credibility, I just really want to build it up to be, I don't have any I would like to keep it a very controlled, great business and do what we do and do it best as long as I have the passion for it. And I don't see that ending.
Wow, well, thank you so much for speaking to me. I really love the jackets, and
Thank you. I'm really appreciative of that, Blair, and it was a pleasure to talk to you, and I'm really excited to see um, what the website's going to look like.